Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Okay, first, I got my nails done. I got the almond tip things in beautiful dark green. I love them. They're just a little too sharp. The points, I'm not used to them. I've never had these kind before. But, you know, I got them done yesterday. So, you know. Okay, this is posting really late, like literally the tail end of today. But, you know, today is International Transgender Day of Visibility. And for everyone out there who doesn't know what that is, it is Transgender Day of Visibility is the day to celebrate trans people and to bring awareness to discrimination faced against transgender people. Okay. And so in honor of today, I'm going to be bringing you guys a video I've been meaning to make for quite a while, which is the title of this video, which is How I Knew I Was Trans. So I'm going to kind of walk you guys through, you know, how I knew and all that. And also, another side note, I curled my hair yesterday. This side, no, this side you can't really tell that much. This side, you really can, because you can still see the waves. So, I have like a $10 curling iron, and literally these curls have been in my hair since yesterday morning. And I slept on this, and it's still here. But yeah. I was supposed to make this video earlier, but I was watching Jacqueline Glenn and her last video, the song she made, and she really needs to become an artist because that girl can sing like nobody's business. Anyway, how I knew I was trans. Let's get right into it. But before, let's loosen those throat vocalness. To all my transgender brothers and sisters out there, you are beautiful. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Love you. Now let's get into things. Also, to my new subscriber, Michelle, who I met when I was in cosmetology school. Hey girl, welcome to my channel. Okay, so we're gonna go all the way back in time to, like, ancient times. No, not that ancient. Like, 2000s. Let's see. I hit puberty when I was 13. And, I mean, I had always knew I was different before that. Liking, you know, feminine things like Barbies and wearing my mom's shoes. And so it really became more of that. I mean, I really knew it became more of that when I hit puberty, you know, when I was 13, and, you know, hair started growing in places like my face. And actually, wrong. Hair did not actually start growing onto my face until I was quite older. Hair didn't actually start growing on my face until I was like 15. I think it was like high school when it actually started growing. And, don't look too close because I shaved like yesterday, but it grows so damn fast. I've not started laser yet, but you know, later. Yeah. Anyway, it was when I was 13 I really started knowing things. I mean, I had heard of transgender people, of course, but I mean, at the same time, it was to the point in my life where I didn't really know very much. I didn't know anything at all. I just know that being a boy, which is something I just wasn't. But, I mean, I felt like, okay, I'm like, well, I didn't really know very much, so I'm like, well, maybe this is just a normal part of growing up. You know, I mean, because, at that point, it's like, okay, well, there's nothing wrong with just, like, exploring, you know? So I just kind of put it in the back of my mind, forget about it, like that works. And let's fast forward to when I was 14. Excuse me. When I was 14 is when I pretty much discovered that I was attracted to, boys and their fineness. I was attracted to them. All of them. Anyway, that just 14 is because I grew up Christian in a Christian household, and so the whole thing about being gay is like the horror, So again, that's just something I really felt really bad about, and felt like something horrible and terrible had happened to me because I was born a boy and I liked boys, and so it was that I was like, well, why do I feel this way? Is this Satan trying to put his thoughts in my mind or whatever? Because again, I grew up Christian. I went to church every Wednesday, every Sunday. And so I had those thoughts going on in my head. I mean, I do really wish that my mom was alive. I do feel like she definitely would have been able to help me through all of everything. But unfortunately, I did not have her in my life because she had passed away when I was 12. So I couldn't really. So she wasn't really there to be able to actually help me go through such a difficult time in my life. And so things passed. I was, let's fast forward to when I was like 16. Because 16 is when I had basically, because in between 14 and 16, I kind of went back to, with terms of my sexuality, I kind of went back and forth, not sure if I was gay or just bisexual. It pretty much came to a point where I realized I don't like girls. I mean, women are beautiful, but in a sexual way, it's to the point where I'm just, no, not attracted, nothing. Okay? And so, it was 16 when I pretty much accepted myself as just being gay. 16 is also when I met my friend Jessica Allen. She's also on YouTube. I will leave the link to her channel down below. You guys should subscribe. She uploads every now and then. But yeah, 16 and basically high school and the lovely drama of that. I went through high school and it was fine. It was during that time in my life that I was just repressing my gender and who I really was and just trying to fit in as best as I can. But I knew that I liked men, and I didn't really want to hide that. Because liking men was the closest to being myself I could get. That was, I guess you could say, socially accepted, even though in a way it still kind of wasn't at that time. And then I kind of just moved on with my life. It wasn't until it was many years later. It wasn't until I was about 23. So back in 2015. It wasn't until 2015 until I really started questioning. No. Was it 2015? I was 23. I'm 26, so about 3 years ago, whatever. I was when I just couldn't do anymore. I like to explain it to people. It's like me pretending to be a boy was like me wearing a mask. And when I was 23, it just came to a point where I just couldn't. I mean, it's to the point where I like to say I was still wearing the mask, but I didn't want to wear it anymore. So 23 is when I was 23 is really when I started questioning my gender a lot more fully for the first time. And I spent the next 2 years doing all kinds of research. I researched so many different trans YouTubers and their stories and how they explained how they knew, and I was like, because it was exactly how I felt, and it was so much like I felt and how I was growing up, and so much how I wanted. And I also, I researched the effects of estrogen and T blockers and, the surgeries and laser hair removal, electrolysis. I researched everything about that. And it was when I was 25, after I'd been doing research for about 2 years, where I just came to a point where I just couldn't wear the mask anymore. It was too difficult. It was too difficult mentally, emotionally. It was so hard, and I couldn't do it anymore. If you only live once, and I did not want to live a life. I didn't want to live my one life as a lie, as something I know I wasn't, and because being a man is not something that I should have been, that I feel I am. It just came to a point where I just couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't. It was too hard. Literally, the thought of living the rest of my life as a man just made me so disgusted. It came to a point. It made me feel like I didn't want to live. I never really thought of suicide. Well, when my mom passed away, I always thought that I would gladly trade my life for hers. But yeah, it was to come to that point. That was the only time in my life I ever really thought of suicide, and that's when I knew that I had to transition. It's not because I wanted to, because it's something I had to do. It was something that I really had no choice to do. I came to a point. I was like, it was either transition, or I didn't want to be alive anymore, because at that point I refused to live a lie anymore. I refused to be alive in a sense that I would have to spend the rest of my life being something I wasn't, and being something I never wanted to be. And so I started my transition then. I came out to my family. I came out to my dad first because I knew he was going to be the most difficult. My dad, I was always so nervous. I was so nervous about telling my dad that I was trans, because I knew how he felt about people who were gay, because of, what the Bible says. But he took it a lot better than I thought he was going to. I thought, I feel a little bad because in terms of this, I was expected the worst. It didn't turn out. It's not 100%. My dad is not supportive of my transition, but he did say that he still loves me and that he's there for me, and he, of course, will not call me by my true name. He still calls me by the name I was born with. And I have other family members that kind of feel the same way. They're like, we still love you, you're still welcome, but we just, they don't support my decision to transition. It's not really a choice. I don't view it as a choice. I firmly believe that I was born biologically male physically, but I was born mentally female. And I believe that's also that way with every person who's trans, every person who is who's transitioning. I firmly believe that whether they're male to female, female to male, it's the same, a little different, but pretty much the same thing to me. So yeah, I came out to my family March of 2017, so it was barely past a year ago. And my dad, my relation to my dad has changed. I mean, I always keep him up to date on where I am in my transition. I told him about my therapy appointment, which I had in August 2017. And then I started on estrogen tablets and spirolactone on September 18th, 2017. It's always a big day for me because that's the day I finally got hormones, the day I started my hormones. I do have that video of my hormone, I finally got my hormones. I will link that video down below for you guys to watch it if you would like to. In October, I forget the day, I think it was October 25th. Oh, excuse me. That was my court hearing to legally change my name from my birth name to Katarina. Of course, as you guys already know, I am changing it to Amara. But yes, if you want to watch that video about my name change, I will also leave that video down below for you guys to watch. But yeah, after my name change, I mean, it's fine. I mean, things are happening. I've been on hormones for 6.5 months now, or going on 6.5 months. Things are progressing. I'm, of course, on injectable estrogen, which I have been for about 2 months now. Yeah, 2 months, because I started in February, and it's almost April, so almost 2 months. So yes, that is my beautiful story of how I knew I was trans and kind of like where I am at in my transition so far. I still have a ways to go because I have not had any surgeries yet, or laser hair removal, which is next. In fact, I'll be starting laser hair removal after I move. Because I am moving back to Minnesota. I don't know if I've mentioned that in one of my videos. I'll be moving in the end of June or sometime in June. I'll be moving back because my sister's moving, so I'm going to be moving in with my brother to help him pay the bills, so he's not paying all of the bills by himself. So, yeah. And I looked into it, because where I'll be moving to has a laser hair removal clinic right there in the town that I will be living in, which I will be so happy about. Also, there's going to be a Starbucks, so I'll be getting a lot of Starbucks, definitely. So I'm super excited about that because where I live now, we do not have a laser hair removal here. We do have a couple, but they are outside of town, and I don't have my driver's license yet, so not really able to do that quite yet. Yeah, so I'm really excited that I'll actually be able to start laser hair removal. As of right now, I'm still planning for my surgery. I'm hoping to get my breast augmentation and my facial feminization surgery done around this time next year. It'll just give me a chance to save money for a year, and of course to get on some insurance, because I don't believe I don't know. It just depends on the job I get in Minnesota. It all depends on, it just depends on the job I get, because some jobs you get on their insurance like right away, or other ones where you end up having to wait till the new year. So, yeah. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. And, this should be uploaded before midnight. I mean, it's like 11:47, so I don't know if it'll actually be uploaded by midnight. But I know it's on the very tail end of the Transgender Day of Visibility. But, yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. And any new subscribers, Michelle and anyone else who have subscribed to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome to the little family that we are starting. I currently now have 47 subscribers, so I've gained 2 new people in the last couple of days. Welcome to our little family. I do post once a week, sometimes twice a week. It just depends on if I have any extra content that I feel perfectly fine uploading. It varies. I will be uploading this tonight, and of course I will still be uploading my normal video on Monday, which is a unboxing video. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and if you do subscribe, please do not forget to click the little bell icon down here, which will keep you updated, and it will update you every single time I post. So please make sure you do that. And my transgender brothers and sisters out there, please never forget to be true to who you are, and make sure to live authentically, and never apologize for being yourself. Bye, everybody. See you guys next time.